This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
So this video is a video that is a follow-on from another video which is based on the Ring Magazine current rankings, who has achieved more, who defeated what, where and when within the Ring Magazine. That was quite a popular video. Many of you guys enjoyed that one, where Joshua was head and shoulders above literally everybody as far as achievement is concerned. But of course, a lot of people want to do a direct comparison between Joshua and Wilder. So in this one, we're going to do a direct comparison, and for the previous video with the Ring Magazine, that will pop up at the end of this video, so go give that a watch if you haven't seen it already. But this is a direct comparison. Now, there will be no bias in this video, okay, as much as the Wilder fanatics may think I'm being biased, but I'm not. And again, if there's anything in here that you think I'm incorrect on, please correct me, okay? Now, this is based on facts and stats, not my opinion, okay? If anything, I'll probably be more generous to Wilder just to show you that I'm not being biased. And I'll explain how this video goes along, okay? So anyway, Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, the achievements, okay? So Anthony Joshua is currently 30 years old. Wilder's 4 years older at 34. Anthony Joshua had 43 amateur fights. Now, it's blacked out a little bit there because originally I put 46. I had it in my head it was 46, but as it turned out, it's actually 43. So either way, Joshua had 43 amateur fights. Deontay Wilder had 35. So as you can see, neither of these guys had a very long amateur career. But for what they did achieve within those very few fights, it's pretty good. Really good, actually. With Joshua only having 8 fights more at amateur level, which is absolutely nothing. Most guys have like over 100 amateur fights. Some go into the 200-300s, okay? Whereas these guys, very, very limited. And of course, Joshua, he achieved multiple gold medals and second place silvers and this, that, and the other. And of course, the pinnacle was becoming gold at the Olympics, which you can see down second from bottom at the list. We'll cover that a bit more detail when we get down there to it, okay? Whereas Wilder, of course, he's only had 35 fights, so 8 fights less than Anthony Joshua. And of course, he achieved the bronze at the Olympics as well. As I said, we'll cover that when we get down to it. So there's an 8 fight difference, only 8 fights. That's a bit of a myth that a lot of people who say, but Wilder, he didn't have too many amateur fights. Okay, cool, that's correct, he didn't, but nor did Joshua. Now, Anthony Joshua, he turned pro in 2013. Deontay Wilder had a 5-year head start in 2008. If I want to be a bit more specific about it, it's probably about 4.5 years. Okay, either way, it's still quite a long time. Now, Anthony Joshua's had 24 fights, 23 wins, and one of those, of course, was a defeat, which Joshua then got revenge on by defeating Andy Ruiz Jr. So currently, Joshua has defeated every man that he stepped foot in the ring with. Okay, only 24 fights. And Deontay Wilder, he's had 43 fights, 42 wins, 0 defeats and 1 draw. That's the official record. Of course, most people will say that Tyson Fury, he defeated Wilder. Wilder should have a loss in his column there. I agree with you, but again, this is facts and stats, not based on my opinion. So Wilder, he's had 19 professional fights more and a 4.5 year head start. Within this time, Joshua, he's had 9 world title fights, including when he won the world title against Charles Martin. And Deontay Wilder, he's had 11, including when he won the title against Bermane Stiverne. So Wilder, he's been in 2 title fights more than Anthony Joshua. Now, again, it's important to note that out of Joshua's 9 title fights, 1 of those has been a rematch. And with Wilder, out of his 11 title fights, 2 of those have been rematches. Again, Bermane Stiverne and Luis Ortiz. So Wilder's had 2 title fights more than Anthony Joshua. Of course, he did become champion before Joshua as well as. Joshua has unified twice, Vladimir Klitschko and Joseph Parker. Again, if I want to be really biased, I could say 3, because of course he won the titles back from Andy Ruiz Jr., which of course meant that he was getting the unification belts back, right? But we're not doing that one. So Joshua, he defeated Klitschko and then defeated Joseph Parker. Joshua belt collected, okay? He didn't just fight one person and win a bunch of belts, not at all. Well, he did in the rematch, but to start with, he actually belt collected, okay? So twice. Deontay Wilder, with 2 title fights more and 19 professional fights more, has never unified. Now, he could have unified against Charles Martin, very, very easy fight to make. Wilder, Charles Martin, both PBC fighters. And of course, Vladimir Klitschko is managed by Shady Finkel. Shady Finkel also manages Deontay Wilder. Again, very, very easy fight to make, but because of what happened in sparring where Vladimir Klitschko knocked out Deontay Wilder really, really badly, they didn't fancy that fight. Even Shady Finkel said, we ain't fighting him, okay? But either way, Wilder has never unified. Joshua has unified twice. Currently, Joshua has 4 world heavyweight titles. WBA, IBF, WBO, and IBO. Now, I don't really include the IBO. I mean, for me, I think Joshua would just vacate that bloody belt and just let some other prospects come up and try and fight for it. For me, it's not a legitimate world title. At one time, it was. But nowadays, it's just not, okay? It's the equivalent to a world level area title, okay? No point to it whatsoever. Because you don't need it for undisputed. Much like you don't need lineal. You don't need Ring Magazine to become undisputed. Okay, but officially, Joshua has 4, but in my mind, 3. Wilder, he has the last remaining belt, so Wilder has 1 world title. Anthony Joshua has 6 wins over top 10 Ring Magazine rated opponents. As I said in the beginning, Wilder vs Fury is for the Ring Magazine, so if that's important, then we have to look at the rankings, correct? When Anthony Joshua fought these 6, those 6 fighters were ranked in the top 10 of the Ring Magazine. I could go quite specific about it, whereas a couple of them were ranked number 3. So Povetkin and Joseph Parker were actually ranked number 3 in that at the time. But we're doing it on a top 10 consensus, okay? And just off the top of my head here, I really should have put notes in front of me. Joshua, those 6 are Dillian Whyte, Charles Martin, Vladimir Klitschko, Joseph Parker, Alexander Povetkin, and Andy Ruiz Jr. So that's 6. Again, we could argue about the 6, that maybe Andy Ruiz Jr. was only ranked in the top 10 because of what happened in the first fight. Whereas in the first fight, had Joshua won, he wouldn't have been ranked in the top 10, which is true. He wouldn't have been. I think he's ranked like number 12 or something like that at the time. But officially, he has fought and defeated 6 top 10 ranked Ring Magazine contenders, which is a hell of an achievement. It really is. Wilder, 2. But it's actually the same person, Luis Ortiz, okay? So he has fought and defeated 1 person twice. That's what he's done. Joshua, they were all individual fighters, okay? Whereas Wilder, it was twice. Now, people may say, yeah, but he did fight Tyson Fury, who was ranked up there. Yeah, but he didn't beat him. So he didn't get a win over Tyson Fury. If he beats Tyson Fury in the rematch, yeah, of course, we're going to top that up to number 3, aren't we? But currently, Joshua has 6 and Wilder has 2 when it comes to the top 10 of the Ring Magazine. Now we're going to move on to the Olympics. So Joshua, he won gold at super heavyweight. Of course, that was in the 2012 Olympics. Whether you agree that he should have got the decision or shouldn't have got it is what it is. Officially, statistically, and factually, he has a gold medal at super heavyweight. Deontay Wilder has bronze at the 2008 Olympic Games at heavyweight. Notice the difference what I said with Joshua, super heavyweight, Deontay Wilder, heavyweight. So when Joshua won his, that's the same one as when like Lennox Lewis, etc., won their one. Wilder was in a lower weight class at heavyweight, because they don't have cruiserweight, but effectively it's like cruiserweight, isn't it? And he got bronze, which is joint third. It's not actually third, it's joint third, because there's 2 guys who get bronze. 1 guy gets silver, 1 guy gets gold, okay? So that is their achievement. With the current WBC top 15 rankings, currently Joshua has defeated 4 of those guys. Again, I could be a bit more biased and say, well, actually, Joshua has defeated 9 of those guys. He's defeated 4 of those guys who are currently ranked in the top 9, okay? But we're going on the top 15. So Joshua has defeated 4 of them. Again, off the top of my head, you've got Dillian Whyte, Povetkin, Parker, Ruiz. Wilder has only defeated 1 person in his own rankings. Now, we're doing WBC because this is the belt that Wilder holds, okay? So you would think that Wilder would have defeated more than anybody else, as he has to fight top 15 guys, right? But of the current rankings, Wilder's only fought 1 of them, which is Luis Ortiz. Now, we could say, but how does that work out? Because if he's WBC champion, then he has to fight top 15. So with those 11, that should be 11, right? As in those 11 world title fights. Yeah, they're top 15, but of course, for most of the time, up until he fought Luis Ortiz, these guys were ranked literally number 15 or number 14 at the time. So of course he defeats them, they drop out of the rankings and just haven't built back up again. Why? Because they were never good to start with. Again, that's a fact. So Joshua has actually defeated 4 of the current WBC top 15. Wilder has only defeated 1. Now, does any of this mean that Joshua is definitely going to beat Wilder? No, not at all. I personally believe he will. Wilder fans will probably say that Wilder will win. Now, they can compare, say, well, if Andy Ruiz Jr. can beat Anthony Joshua and blah, 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 and Joshua didn't knock out Andy Ruiz Jr., again, who has knocked out Andy Ruiz Jr.? Has anybody? Ever? No. They haven't. So again, you can't really draw a comparison on that one. But again, it's not a computer game. It's whatever happens on the night. In my opinion, it's a case of whoever lands first is probably going to win that fight. Anyway, that's what it is. As you can see there, Anthony Joshua is 4 years younger than Deontay Wilder. He only had 8 amateur fights more than Wilder. Wilder turned professional 5 years before Joshua did. Wilder's had 19 fights more than Joshua and 2 title fights more than Joshua. Joshua's unified twice. Wilder is never unified. Joshua has 4 of the current world heavyweight titles. I still say 3, but either way, Wilder has 1. Joshua has defeated 6 of the top 10 Ring magazines, and Deontay Wilder has defeated 2, but it's the same person. Joshua won gold at super heavyweight. Wilder won bronze, joint third at heavyweight. Joshua has defeated 4 of the top 15 WBC rated opponents, and Wilder has only defeated 1. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.